Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Erin here and I'm so grateful for you joining me today. So I have quite a controversial topic to talk to you about, but one that is certainly very close to my heart. So before we jump in, I just wanted to remind you to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of video. You go ahead and check out my workout videos if that's what you prefer. If you want some recipe videos, let me know what you're looking for in the comments below. Be sure to follow me on the socials, Erin Slingerland Fit on Instagram and Erin Slingerland pretty much everywhere else. So the topic I want to be addressing today is all about self-love. Self-love, self-acceptance, treat yourself. I think it's such an essential and wonderful shift that we've taken, especially for women in this era, in this time, this 20th century, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, these movements of body positivity and accepting, the lumps and the bumps and the rolls and seeing how beautiful every human body is and how each human body is its own form of art and its own masterpiece. And I'm living for it. I love the movements that are going on. I love the hashtags. I love how people are stepping forward with their story, how Instagram's becoming more real. It's kind of gone off of the highlight reel and come into like real reality reel, and we're getting to see all the sides of our favorite influencers. That's helping remind us that it's okay to be human too. But I do think there is a dark side of this, and like all things, yin and yang, there's a good thing, and that's like, what a time to be alive in this era of self-acceptance and self-love for women. But also I do think there is a bad side that it's introduced, and that is excuses. And I don't know how to say this in a nice way. Maybe I should just be blunt. I think that people are now using self-love and self-acceptance as an excuse for accepting their body in a state that isn't healthy for them, and for continuing to harm their body and not fuel their body in the right way, and claiming that that is self-love. And I think with all the wonderful intentions of coaches and influencers and fitfluencers, the message can still be misunderstood and misinterpreted. And the message is, to love yourself and to treat yourself with grace and to treat yourself gently and not beat so hard on yourself. But it is not validation or justification for eating bad foods or not exercising or not working out. And I don't think that any of the influencers are claiming that it is, but I think that it is certainly something that is happening more and more often. And I just wanted to shed some light on this, that it's not about loving yourself. I mean, it is, of course, but it's more than that. It's about loving yourself enough. And it's saying that, some of the excuses that we come up with is, you don't feel like exercising, and you're like, it's kind of like an off day, and I'm just going to give myself a grace. I haven't exercised all week, but it's okay. It's fine. But it's what your body's expecting of you. It's not fine. Your body needs that cardiovascular movement. Your lymphatic system needs to be pumped. It's not about a hectic, crazy workout. It's about going for a walk. It's about moving your body. You're telling yourself, let me just have, I'm already full, and I've had dinner and I've had dessert, but I'm going to have another piece of cake, because treat yourself. But you know what? No, that's not how this works. Your body is expecting you to treat it with the same kindness that that you would treat other people, that you would treat the ones that you love. And so it's about speaking to yourself, and it's about loving yourself on this journey to becoming the person you want to be. It's not saying, I'm going to complacently accept myself as I am now. Nothing needs to change. I don't need to grow. Like, I'm perfect and whole. Yes, you are perfect and whole. And in that perfect wholeness, you have this need and this drive for more, to serve other people, to serve yourself, to show up as your best for yourself and for other people. So if you're telling yourself just one more piece of cake, or I'm going to stay in my pajamas all day and not shower for 3 days because I accept myself as I am, and I can see that I do have, some kind of eating disorder, be it under eating or overeating, I can see that I am at an unhealthy weight, and but it's okay because I accept myself and I love myself. And that's not what it is. It's about being real with yourself. It's about saying, okay, I'm going to take the different methods and assess where I'm at. So BMI is grossly overused and it is not a very accurate tool, but it doesn't mean it's not a tool at all. It's kind of like I would take like a BMI, which is just your weight divided by your height squared, plus your hip to waist ratio, measuring those circumferences, plus going for an in-body test and getting your cholesterol, your blood pressure. Well, the in-body test would be like your fat percentage, your bone density, and your lean muscle mass, but then going to any pharmacy and getting your cholesterol and your blood pressure checked. Once you have all of those, that's true love for yourself. That's saying, let me see where my body is at. Let me see if I am functioning optimally so that I can show up for myself and for other people and fulfill whatever purpose I feel I've been put on this earth to serve. That's showing up for yourself and saying, okay, let me assess where I am. And if you get those metrics back and you are in some way unhealthy, you need to love yourself enough. That's what this whole thing is about. Love yourself enough to make that change. And so I'm advocating for love yourself, yes, but love yourself enough to get up early and to meditate and take part in these self-awareness practices every day, be it meditation, be it journaling, be it just sitting with yourself quietly, whatever it is. Love yourself enough to get up early and do that. Love yourself enough to, even though a lot of us are on lockdown right now, to get up and to wash your face and to wash your hair. Love yourself enough to put that workout or put the work in to do a workout or go for a walk or whatever you can do in this time. Love yourself enough to continually grow and put effort into a course or studying or whatever it is you're doing, be it your job. Love yourself enough to surround yourself with beautiful people, and beautiful people not aesthetically, but people that uplift you, that make you feel good about yourself, that support you and really want what's best for you instead of like downing you every time you try and make a positive change. Love yourself enough to expose yourself to good media, and that means like not spending all your time binge watching like some episodes, which is also fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of these things. It's just that love yourself enough to rather expose yourself to something that's going to be useful for you and that's going to serve you in some way. Maybe it serves you in that it just makes you happy, but don't expose yourselves to things that aren't making you happy and are just making you feel like uncomfortable and less about yourself. Essentially, love yourself enough to leave the abusive relationship with someone else or with yourself, because many of us, I feel like, have this abusive relationship with ourselves and we don't even realize it, emotionally and verbally abusive to ourselves. Love yourself enough to speak gently and with the same kindness and love that you would speak to the person that you love more than anything in this world. Please love yourself enough to take care of yourself, to take care of others, to make your own meals at home so that you really know what you are putting into your body. And that's all I really have to say. Is it's not just loving yourself, it's love yourself enough to do the hard things, to set the goals, to keep your promises to yourself. And we set these goals not so that, and we set them high, these high goals, these high standards, and you keep yourself accountable. No exceptions. Keep yourself accountable. Set these high goals, not so that you can reach the goal or feel discouraged when you don't reach the goal. Set that high standard so that you can, like, in order to become the person that you're going to become in the pursuit of this goal. Love yourself enough to read and listen to these kinds of things and actually let them impact you and make a change instead of just, like scrolling on to the next thing. Love yourself enough to pause right now and go and make a vision board and make affirmations and say no to things that aren't serving you. If that means staying home from the party, if that means, hanging out with a different crowd of people. I don't know what it is that's going to serve you right now. I just want you to love yourself enough to do the hard things instead of using love yourself or treat yourself as an excuse to mistreat yourself and to keep yourself, overweight, or sick. And I just also want to preface this, even though it's after, preface this with, it doesn't mean having a six-pack abs having six-pack abs or an athletic build. That's not what I'm promoting as healthy, even though that's what some of us in the fit community are striving for, or like an aesthetic appeal, or some kind of performance. I'm saying if you're an average person that just wants to like live and be happy and function and eat good food and live and laugh and sex and all of it, then you've got to look at where you're at and then see, okay, it's okay if I have rolls, and it's okay if I have this like a certain amount of body fat. You have to know what's healthy and take the time and love yourself enough to do the research and see, am I at a healthy place? Am I functioning optimally? Because when you are, and you're loving yourself enough to get in enough water and to go to sleep at a reasonable hour and to limit your time on screens, then all of a sudden I feel like you awaken to what it really feels like to truly love yourself. When you feel connected to yourself, you feel connected to others, you feel in line with your true purpose and your intuition, and you just feel like a well-balanced kind of like healthy person. So I hope that I'm not offending anyone with my words, and I hope you can see my sincerity and my passion in this, that I really just want you to quit the excuses. Don't let love yourself or treat yourself be a reason to binge eat, because I've done that. I've been there in that place. I've let myself say, oh, it's okay that I didn't train for 2 weeks. It is okay. Yeah. I just want you to have a reality check, and that's not self-love. It's all right. Yes, it happens. Yes, life happens. I just don't want you to be using self-love or treat yourself as some kind of excuse or some kind of rose-colored glasses or delusion that you're acting out of self-love when you are just being human. That's what you're doing. So love yourself enough to do the things you need to do to become the person you can become, and love yourself enough to know that greatness is your birthright, and live up to and fulfill that potential. So there's my rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Love yourself enough today to get up, to get dressed, to get showered, to, put on some clothes that make you feel good, drink the water, eat your whole food, plant-based meals, get that workout in. I'm in my workout gear. I don't feel like training. It's a Friday. I want to chill, but I'm not going to do it because I love myself enough. And do remember to just, in that, I don't want to say that you shouldn't be giving yourself any grace, but I feel like I've made that clear. This is not about not giving yourself grace and kindness. It's about loving yourself enough to speak to yourself that way and to date yourself that way, but to not let that be an excuse. No more excuses, no exceptions. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you all so very much. I want you to be free of the excuses, free of the diet culture, free of this place you're stuck in, and we're gonna do it together. I will see you next time. Bye. Happy Friday.